Hi guys, Dragonarthur here. Today I'm just doing a quick update on my two decks that I'm building from Jules Alliance, my Burning Abyss and my Yang Zing. Now this isn't a deck profile at all. This is just where my deck's headed. These are not refined at all. I haven't got all the cards. I'm just showing you guys where I'm at. And I can't even really give too many thoughts because I haven't done a lot of testing with them yet. Mainly because I haven't finished them, but I'm just showing you guys, where they're at and some of the choices I've chosen so far. So anyway, for the Burning Abyss deck, I've got two Cranes, one Dark Necrophilia. The effect of Dark Necrophilia is this card cannot be normal summoned or set. It can only be special summoned by removing 3 Fiend-type monsters from your grave from play. When this card is destroyed by a result of battle your opponent's card effect, it is treated as an equipped spell card at the end of the turn. You equip it on one of your opponent's monsters, and you gain control of that monster as long as it's equipped. So it's just a novelty thing. Hopefully it works. See how it goes. Interesting card. It's pretty easy to get. To considering you'll have had about 100 million fiends sent to the grave within the first 2 turns if you start tour guide. 3 Armageddon Knights. I didn't realize how much people wanted Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. I managed to pick these up and a few other things with the Odd Eyes I pulled from the box. I didn't think it was that good at the time, and someone was like, "Oh my god, you got Odd Eyes! I'll trade you this." So yeah, I think it did well. 1 tour bus because getting stuff back. You can screw around with your opponent a little bit. Like if you come against Noble Knights, you can send the Gwen back to their deck if they're only running one, and that'll screw them up. Or you can always send your own stuff back. Now the biggest monsters that everyone needs to be running in the deck: 3 Tour Guide, 3 Sir. He brings Dante back. That's fun. 3 Graph. And 3 Scum. Yeah, I know, I don't even have Scum yet. I'm missing 1 Scum. I have almost every other card I need for this except for 1 Scum. Well, on the main board at least. Yeah, I know, I'm bad. Traps, I'm going to be trying out 2 Travel of the Burning Abyss. 3 non-aggression areas. Now, you can put Pweeb in if you want. Phoenix Wind, Wind Blast. It works just the same. I wouldn't run Karma Cut or Divine Wrath in this. Raigeki Break you could run, but this, I want to see how this goes in this deck because I think it's one of the few that actually would be decent running it. This doesn't have a lot of boss monsters or ways to deal with things at the moment, other than Astral Forcing and Dante and getting Pleiades out, or Astral Forcing a Granosaurus or a Mecha Quip or something, and using the rank 5 players or getting its Stellar Mega out. So to stop your opponent from summoning during their next turn or setting a monster, basically putting a monster on their field, that might just get you the win. And you can, when you send one of your Burning Abyss guys to the grave, you can only do this during your standby phase though. When you send a Burning Abyss guy to your grave, you'll get their effects anyway, so it doesn't really hurt your deck too much in that respect. Running triple MSTs, yes, they're MRD ones. This MST is good because it's a magic card and not a spell or trap, so they can't destroy it. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke I've got going on with my mate. Yeah, MST, you want to get rid of back row. You don't want to be sitting on back row yourself, you want to get rid of your opponent's back row though. So triple MST is something I haven't done for a while, but it's good. Dark Lord Dealings. Now this one's one that's controversial to a lot of people. A lot of people say don't play it, Shadow's. It can give your opponent more advantage than what you have because, one, you have to play the card, but it's really risk and reward for this deck because if you manage to discard a Burning Abyss guy, you're going to get more than what your opponent's going to get anyway, in a lot of cases, unless they are playing Shadows or Burning Abyss as well, and then, can always be sideboarded out. I want to see how it goes first up, so yeah. Obviously, a must-of is 3 rank up Magic Astral Force. It does everything. It turns Dante into Pleiades. It turns Mecha Quip Engineer into Tyrus. It turns Granosaurus into Volcasaurus. I can't think of any other ones that it tunes up or down, but they're the main ones at the moment that I think most people are going to be playing. But yeah, it's a must-have in this deck. I think they kind of wanted to make that as one of the ideas in it. One Foolish, one Soul Charge, could be running 2 or 3. I just don't have them. 2 Chalices. I want to run Opt Chalice over running Breakthrough Skill, because I like to be able to put down it on top of Acid Golem. And a few other things that Chalice manages to do for the deck. 1 Book of Moon. 1 the beginning of the end, because you'll get enough Darks in the grave to banish out 5 and then draw 3. And it also sets up Levier as well, if you do that. I should really be running Allure of Darkness as well, but at the moment I'm going to playtest Reasoning to see how that goes. Obviously my opponent's going to say 3, that's not a problem. Most of the spells and traps going to my grave isn't going to hurt me, and as long as I hit a Burning Abyss to go to the grave, I'm going to get their effects anyway. So I really want to see how this runs. This and this Dark World Dealings and Non-Aggression Area are the 3 biggest ones that I just want to see how they run. Honestly, I would run 2 or 3, I think it's a 3 now, of this just to see how it goes, because I know my opponent's going to say 3 anyway, but I don't think it's going to hurt me too much, especially if I hit a Burning Abyss guy. Like if I'm top decking spells and traps, you know, I just get a really brick hand, this might come in hand to save me. I don't have a lot of extra deck for this deck at the moment. I've got a Tyrus, I've got a Downed, an Acid Golem, Fortune Tune, that's going to come in handy, Levier, Sea Dragon, and 1 Dante. I'm going to need another one him. Gonna need Mech Equip. I'm going to run Pleiades. I'm going to run, instead of 2 Pleiades, I'll run a Pleiades and a number C39, I think it is, Utopia Ray Victory, because his ability to attack through spells and traps might come in handy, but we'll see how that goes. And of course I'll run the Volcasaurus and Granosaurus. I believe I still have a Granosaurus somewhere. And yeah, I think that wraps most of that up. Might even run a second Downed. I don't know how it's going to go. I'll get back to you guys on that. And quickly, we'll also go through my Yang Zing deck now. Gonna test out 2 Nefarious, Archfiend Eater of Nefariousness. Aegis at the end of your opponent's turn can pop one of your guys to special summon himself out, which also means that you can search for another one, special summon another one of your guys out at the same time. Interesting card for this. Okay, so I'm going to be running 3 Ploa, which is probably the worst one out of the lot, but you know, he's probably the first to go down to 2 with the new support after in next challenges. 3 probably should have him on top. 3 Bixie. He's the only one of the supers I've only got 1 of. I've actually got 3 of. 3 Bian. 3 Suwani. I'll be running 3 Chiwen once I get the other 2. I'll be running 3 Yang Zing Creations once I get the last one. I'll be running 3 Yang Zing Paths once I get the other 2. 2 Supply Squads once I get the last one. Note that this has been like less than 1 week, and to build 2 decks at once, and I haven't even spent $200 on getting both of these together, so I've actually done really, really well. But getting these 2 decks together it's not cheap. But hopefully I can get them done in the next week or 2 and give you guys a decent profile and play test around with it. Okay, so spells and traps. Sorry, traps now. Probably should have put the monsters and other stuff separate, but I was just showing the stuff I didn't have. 1 Trap Tricks Trap All Nightmare. 2 Deep Riz. They might get changed to 2 Imperial Iron Walls, depending on how well they are for the deck and how much I need Imperial Iron Walls to stop Chiwen getting himself banished. 1 of each of the main 1-off 4s, Solemn, Compulse, Torrential, Bottomless. 2 Calls and 2 Finished Chains. They work great in the deck. It's also awesome when they MST a face down finish Call Haunted. You special summon out one of your guys, then MST kills Call, and you get their effect off, and you get a search through your deck through another one, special summon that out. It's just good. Finish chain as well because of Baxia being able to pop both of these to use his effect to special summon. Okay, one Dark Hole as well. Because everything you do, you know, this will never harm your deck with basically everything I've got there. Destroying your monsters by a card effect, I believe, it doesn't matter if it's yours or your opponent's. Yeah, destroying them by card effect will only ever give you a plus, and that makes Dark Hole ridiculous in this. One Book of Moon and 2 MSTs. Again, note this is just what I'm going to be playtesting and what I've got so far. This is not a final product whatsoever, and I will let you guys know how it goes. Finally, the extra deck. At the moment, I'll be running one Mistbird Colossus, one Photon Pulse Dragon, just because you can use him as a Tuna Synchro. You can't use him during your opponent's turn because you can only use worms, I believe. Again, I haven't done much testing, so I wouldn't be too sure. Blah, 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 blah. Only Yang Zing cards, okay. I can always make him fight a Balmung. I'll really decide which one I need more. But he is a tuner himself, so I can make other things with him. If I really wanted as well, because of this I could run Beals in the deck. You know, it's just an open option. Or I can make different levels that I couldn't normally make. One Catasta and one Armades. Armades will stay in. Catasta, I'm not sure. He might become a Hyper Librarian. I don't know. One Scythe and one Orient Dragon. Orient Dragon will definitely stay in this deck. To be able to synchro during my opponent's turn and banish out their synchros is just phenomenal. Worst comes to worst, he becomes a sideboard, but he will not leave this deck. Scythe can leave this deck because I can put in Goyo, or I can put in another one I really want to try was Gravity Warrior. You know, Gravity Warrior in their opponent's battle phase, change one of their battle, and then use Gravity Warrior as a quick effect to change their battle position to attack and force them to attack you. You know, it might just win you the game. You know, who knows the things that it could pull out, but I will just have to wait and see how that goes. But yeah, at the moment there's a Scythe there and Orient Dragon. Orient Dragon will stay in. That could be either Goyo or Gravity Warrior, but I'm not sure yet. Next for the 7s, I don't know about the Fairy Dragon, but we'll see how that goes. It might become a sideboard card, which is weird to have a Synchro as a sideboard, but you know, sideboard against things that use field spells and shit, and it might do well. One Ancient Sacred Wyvern. I don't know why people say Michael. I don't believe there is a light non-tuner in the deck. Unless someone runs something else that I don't know about. No, you have a light tuner. Chuan is a light tuner. Ancient Sacred Wyvern requires a light tuner. If you don't know this card's effect, you should probably look it up. But to be quick, if your life points are higher than your opponent's, it gains attack equal to difference. If it's lower than your opponent's, it loses attack equal to the difference. So if you have this card and this deck might make Upstart Golem almost irrelevant, because if your opponent upstarts you twice and you go into your turn, you set up and you've got enough to bring out this during their next turn, and they attack you and you bring out Ancient Sacred Wyvern, not only could he's 7, so you could bring Chiwen, Bixie, Ploa, that's 4, and then Bian as well to make 7. Can't be destroyed by battle, unaffected by spells and traps. You know, like, and it gains attack. It's plus 2000 because they've used 2 Upstart Golems. It's 4/1, right? It can't be destroyed by battle. It's unaffected by spells and traps. Like, you don't even need to use Suani to make this absolutely bloody broken in the deck. This card is going to do so much, and if you're not running this, you really should. Like, it's phenomenal. Next is my fabled misprinted First Ed Ghost Rare Black Rose. I think all Black Rose first eds might be misprinted. You probably can't tell too well, but like the lines actually come out of the side. Like it's like you can see the printing of the Black Rose coming out. The wings come out here, the tail comes out here, and the wing comes out there. You can see it on the outside. Yeah, Black Rose, for its own reason, I just wanted to point out the ghostness of it. For the 8s, we have 1 Stardust and the 2 Baxias. 9, we have Mist Worm, because why not just make another Baxia in case you got a level too high and bounce 3 back, you know? It's pretty funny. 10, we have Leo. To get this guy out and just break the game, because he's got everything on him. It's just hilarious. And 11, we have Star Eater. And of course, I'm going to be running 2 Baxias. I would run a Formula Synchron if I had room, but I don't know if it's going to be any good for me or not. At the moment, I'm just going for 2 Baxias. I'm going to have an ultimate and a secret. I'm waiting out. My mate's got a secret one for me. And yeah, I was really happy when I pulled this too. So, thank you guys for watching. I really wish I left these 2 here a bit longer so that, you know, there might be the profile cover. Or I'll just take a photo of them and upload that. I'll probably do that. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this little sneak peek. I will do my best to finish it as soon as I can and to work on it and to make it a little bit better than what it is now, because obviously it's not to scratch yet. But we'll see how that goes. That's going to be a lot of money to fix both of them, like another $100 or so at least. I've been lucky with what I've got so far. I've managed to trade really well, and I had a few spare cards lying around. I traded off, and yeah, I just got really lucky with trades and with the pulls I got from the box to get what I've got so far for about $170. But yeah, minus the MSTs, I had to pay for them separately. Anyway, don't forget to like, favorite, comment, subscribe if you liked my content, and if you are looking forward to seeing my full deck profiles for these once I have them up and ready and I've worked on them a little bit and refined it. Of course, they're not as refined as my Noble Knights because I spent a lot of time on the Noble Knights, but you know, hopefully everything works out well, and thank you guys for watching. Dragon Arthur out.